Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sachs. Yeah, hello, welcome. Yeah, things are weird today, guys. I just got back from GenCon late on Sunday night, and here we are, Tuesday. I needed a day off. I was having to catch up on a bunch of stuff. Plus, there was things that had gone on when I was gone. You know how that goes. You leave for a few days. You think everything's going to be fine, and usually it is. But on this occasion, apparently the power had gone off at my house. And so I had to restart the server for the Valheim and all the other stuff that entailed. And it was just like, okay, really? Nothing could just go smoothly even when I'm not here? I was like, okay. So, yeah, apparently that power went out probably like the very same day that we left, which is really weird because we had clear weather here in North Carolina when we were on the road. Anyway, long story short, I'm in the middle of firing up Valheim as we speak, in fact. I'm trying to anyway. And that's a whole nother story. That's why I kind of decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get started here because I didn't put a timer up for y'all. And I had to close down Valheim. I thought it was going to run fine, but it crashed on me. So let me double check this. And let's try that again. I think it crashed when I activated my mic as I was going into the server, which is probably just some weird confluence of events or something in the code that made things go sideways. Hopefully that's all it was. Let's see what happens here. I try to join my server again. Live streaming, man. Does it get any better than this? And I'll explain why this is really making me be careful here once I get into the server. The last thing I need is for there to be an issue with the server, but it's possible that there might be. Let's hope not. Knocking on the wood desk. Okay, I'm in the server. Let's switch over to that. My hotkeys aren't triggering in my OBS software for this. Why would that be? All right, we'll do it manually. I don't even know what to say. I didn't touch anything. I just come back. Things should be the same, but they're not. And this was just the tip of the iceberg here. This wasn't even like the real deal that was making me lose my mind. Hold on, let me look at my hotkeys here. Let's try switching views here for a second. There it goes. I switch him back. Oh, all right. Yeah, hallelujah. Okay. So, anyway, I was at GenCon in Indianapolis. What a great time. We had a great time. Tryon was with me, you know, from the stream, if you watch any of the streams. And his son and me. And it was our first Gen Con, but it was the first, you know, big Gen Con for his boy. So it was like, you know, obviously a big deal for a young teenager. And, anyway. So obviously, with all that gaming going on and all the looking at all the merchant vendors, it was crazy how many people were there. It must have been close to 80,000 nerds and geeks from all over the world. And Indianapolis is a really, you know, really great town for a convention. It's safe. I've never felt unsafe anywhere we were. Clean, tons of room, great air conditioning. Never really had any cause to complain. Even the lines and the stuff like that were handled pretty well. In fact, when we stood in line to get our, you know, our tags and all that at the beginning, I thought, oh gosh, this is going to be a really long, and it did look long, but it moved relatively quickly, and within, like, I'd say an hour, we had our stuff and we're ready to rock. So that was impressive. But on the flip side of that, once I got home, I went to fire up the stream, and I got this crazy virus alert went off. This just happened like half an hour ago, and I was, of course, as you can imagine, just like gobsmacked, like, what? Well, like, how? What? Where? You know, like, the computer wasn't even on. I was like, it was literally off all week. I run a tight ship, as you might imagine. I mean, I'm a streamer, I have to. So it was something triggered through the streaming software. So I think it was something that might have to do with a mod that I installed. But that I don't know. But anyway, I ran all my suite of protections and just annihilated any possible cause of anything, and everything seems to be fine for the moment anyway. But any of you that have been around for a while might know that I had a hard drive failure when I was back streaming Fallout 4. So I get super paranoid about, because I'm still suspicious of what caused that. So yeah, that obviously would freak anybody out. Anybody with a computer, you're going to get some crazy. And the thing is, this was an audible, so I think it was something that was being triggered via browser window. Somehow, my suspicion is that something got triggered that went to a website and triggered a sound event. And once I scrubbed everything, it was cleaned out, and that is no longer the case. But it was very, very unique. I've never had that experience with something like that before, so I don't know. I'm going to probably keep scanning the machine for the next week now because I'm paranoid about things. But tell you, man, I don't need that when I'm coming home from an extended convention. I don't need that at all. But like when I'm just trying to just get back in the saddle again, that is the last thing my nerves needed. And I was already feeling kind of fatigued still, and not really like, oh, you know, should I even stream, or should I switch to another game? Should I purchase a new game, etc. So, you know, as a small streamer, you go through a lot of different things in your head. You got to qualify, like, you know, do I need to purchase a new game? Should I switch game? You know, will I lose what little audience that I have? Will I gain more if I do make the switch, etc.? So having technical issues is part of it, but then having like the threat of some kind of a virus or hacker attack, that's a whole nother thing too on top of that. So yeah, screw that is what I'm saying. Yeah, stay away from my computer. I'm gonna be like buttoning down this thing harder than ever now. Let's get some fires going. Let's protect what I have here in Valheim. So if you're watching this on YouTube, and you probably are if you're seeing this, because I don't think anybody's even in the channel, well, unless they're lurking. I'm multi-streaming. My multi-streaming setup needed to be updated and reconnected again too, which was also very strange. So like I say, I think it was all interconnected. Something got into the works on the streaming software of all things. Don't ask me how, I have no idea. Like I say, I think it was possibly a bug in OBS that's been exploited by somebody that somehow can switch browser options in the sources for OBS. So yeah, if you're a streamer and you're watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, somebody better get to the bottom of that, because that wasn't cool. It's probably, like, what I'm saying is, it probably isn't actually any kind of a virus. It's probably more of a scam. They were trying to get you to dial a phone number and claiming it was Microsoft, that kind of crap. It's some script kiddie somewhere being a dillweed. You better repent, okay? If you're one of those and you do stuff like that, I'm telling you right now, you better repent, because stuff like that, those kind of evil things you do randomly to people, that's going to get you in big trouble. Repent and don't do it again. And if you don't believe in stuff like that, well, you will one day. That's all I'm going to tell you. You better get right with God, because that kind of behavior is unacceptable. Anyway, on that note, so now you know why I was a little late to get into the stream today. But ain't one thing, it's another, right? Let's go to the island here. I'm probably not going to be on for very long, because I'm just still a little bit drained, and I have choices to make. I would actually like to talk to some of my regulars. Hopefully some folks drop in here. I'd like to get some feedback on some ideas I have. Well, I've been looking at, various games. Of course, everybody knows I'm looking towards Starfield. Who isn't, right? But Baldur's Gate literally came out the first day of GenCon. Probably not by coincidence. So it's been on the tables for people while I was away, and now when I got home, I'm thinking, well, do I want to stream Baldur's Gate? Do I want to invest in that, $60 game? And you might think right away, oh yeah, of course, yes, but there's many reasons why I'm not quite on board yet with that idea. Number one is the financial. I didn't even spend as much money as Tryon by any stretch, because he is very generous and was the one that invited me to go. But I still spent money on this trip, and obviously I'm not making money on these streams. I'm not a partner with anybody or even an affiliate yet. And so these are basically me streaming for free. So there's no income from this unless it's from kind donations of my viewers. But every time I buy a new game, it's got to be measured. Well, okay, if I'm going to stream this game, how much streaming am I going to get out of it? Is it the kind of content that my people want to watch? And is it something that I think would be good for a stream? And then there's all the other things on top of that, which, like Baldur's Gate 3. Who hasn't heard the drama about Baldur's Gate 3? It seems to be that the game is infused with all kinds of, for lack of a better term, sex. So it's like, not that I'm adverse to sex per se. I'm a normal human being, but it's like, an adult. But at the same time, Dungeons and Dragons isn't about sex. So it's like, why the focus on sexual relations in Baldur's Gate 3? Hey, how's it going, Big Cow Flop? And I'm pretty sure that's an alias. Is that Jason? And if somebody's on Kick, I hope that there's not a problem with the stream on YouTube. There's been that kind of day, so I'm already expecting there to be some other drama creep up. But anyway, I'm just explaining how I'm feeling about possibly buying and or streaming Baldur's Gate 3, but I would like to get some feedback from... YouTube chat is disabled. Is it really? But can you see the stream on YouTube? Here we go. What was I just talking about before? Oh, wow. I don't know what's happening. Okay, you can see the stream, but the chat is disabled. Okay, well, there must be some issue with restream. Or maybe it's a YouTube thing. Let me check here. Hold on. Let me see if... I don't know. I don't think there's anything I can do from here at the moment. Let me see. Because as far as I can tell, I'm just using the restream chat window and everything seems to be fine. Obviously, I can see you talking to me through Kick. It should be normal, but... Anyway. I had to reinitiate the restream in my streaming software. I had a virus or some kind of phishing scam threat pop up when I first fired up the stream an hour ago. I was getting ready to an hour ago. And then, of course, you can imagine after that happened, I shut everything down and I ran all kinds of scans and everything seems to be okay, but I'm paranoid now because I don't know what kind of shenanigans that was all about. I mean, the computer had been off until yesterday. So it's like, or late Sunday. So it's like, how in the heck, what's going on? How in the first place would anything even compromise my stuff? Because I'm like as tight a ship as you can imagine. I'm like freaking out. So it's some scam somewhere. Somebody built something in to just trigger a sound event to try to get me to call a phone number. It's got to be something in one of these add-ons or some joker somewhere. Can't trust anything anymore. Well, thanks for logging into the Kick chat to let me know, but hopefully it's just something that'll iron itself out the next time I stream. But for now, I'll try not to stress about it. I'm probably not going to be on very long because of all the drama that's happening, and plus I'm still worn out from the convention, but I wanted to at least get on and talk about some of the things with the channel. It's been a very, very strange day when it comes to just trying to get back to normal here with the stream content. It's none of that was expected or anticipated, so I don't know what to say about that. It figures though. It just figures because it's like I've been in a kind of a weird headspace for the last 48 hours, and so then that happened, and I'm like, oh, that figures. It's like, you know how it is when it rains it pours. I'm like, oh, okay, what else is gonna happen? I updated my NVIDIA drivers. That was fine. I had to update and restart the server because the power had gone out like literally the day or maybe even hours after we left for the trip to Indianapolis. The power in my house must have gone on and off, so that shut the server down, which is not a big deal because we were needing the server, as it turns out. But then when I got back, I had to initiate everything and make sure everything was reconnected, and so that took a little while. That was no big deal. I tested everything, seemed to be fine, and so that I was ready to rock with the stream. I figured there would be no issues. I just started up, and all of a sudden this sound event goes off, warning me about call Microsoft at 855 blah 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 blah. Yeah, right. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So of course, as soon as I turned my streaming software off, it stopped. I was like, oh, okay, well there's there's the culprit, and then it's some kind of a sneaky script kiddie figured out how to hack a browser window on one of the elements of OBS, and they probably scared the hell out of I don't know how many streamers today with that kind of crap. So just the timing on these things is so weird. Like, why would it happen right after I got back from frickin' being out of town? Yeah, exactly. It might have been more believable if I'd heard an accent from India on the voice or something, but it was a female robot voice, so I was like, yeah, right, Either way, of course, I would never have believed it, but that's just... So what was I talking about before we started jawing about this? Oh, anyway, I was talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and the drama around Baldur's Gate 3 and how I haven't purchased Baldur's Gate 3. So, obviously I've got the D&D bug going because I've just played, what was it, 3 or 4 different role-playing sessions on top of a bunch of other games that we either tried out for the first time or played with Tryon Skid. Anyway, so I want to keep playing D&D more than ever now, but then the Baldur's Gate 3 has its own series of goofiness. I don't know what to think. So I haven't pulled the trigger on that. Number one, it's another $60 I gotta toss if I'm gonna play it, and then is it something I'm gonna play for long? Because right around the corner, before you know it, it's gonna be Starfield, and I've been looking forward to Starfield, and I think that's more of a content-friendly game anyway. But I do want to obviously do different things on the stream, but anyway, they've got all this weird focus on sex and sexual relations in that game. I don't understand why. None of the old geeks know what the hell is going on. Why this is such a thing. Why is this a thing? But luckily there's settings in there, I guess, that I can... There's streamer options in there where I can turn a bunch of stuff off if I want to. But it still just annoys me that it's like, this is the focus for so many news outlets and so many people that, here's this game that by all rights is supposed to be really good, but yet they put all this stuff in and they talk about, oh, it's all about creative freedom. It's like, dude, I've been at Dungeons and Dragons tables many a time, and nobody's doing porn at the D&D table, okay? Why is that a focus? It's like fade to black. You want to have romance, fine. But if you want to have kinky weirdo stuff like they've got going on in the game, which seems to be their focus, then that's somebody else has got some weird sense of humor and or has not had relations with another human being in a long time. That's what I'm saying. I'm being nice. So, yeah. I want to play the game and I want to stream some of the game, but at the same time, I'm not big on supporting some of the choices they're making. So it's just weird. They need to stop being weird and start focusing on traditional fantasy roleplay. Anyway. So I don't know. If enough people... I put up a poll on Twitter yesterday, or... It was actually more like late last night. And, obviously my channel is small and I don't have a big following on Twitter, so there wasn't much of a response at all, but it was pro Baldur's Gate for the couple of responses that were there. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's better than nothing. I think everybody's trying to be like, everybody wants to be Game of Thrones and Witcher or something now. And they all think they have to inject sex. And then on top of that, we're all in this big weird phase. And believe me, I saw it at GenCon. Now, I might offend some people right now, and I don't really give a damn, okay? I've never seen so many weirdos in one place in my entire life. I'm just saying. And I'm not talking about the nerds. I'm talking about the other weirdos that were there. Because I don't know where those people came from, but that wasn't part of the nerddom that I grew up with, the geek culture that I was a part of for so many years. This is like basically my geek culture being invaded by a bunch of people who want to be seen for all the wrong reasons. And I don't like it. And I know a lot of people don't like it. Now, they don't talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is my stream. I'll say whatever the hell I want. And that's what I'm going to talk about for one sec. There it is. It made me uncomfortable. I will tell you this much. There is no way. We had Tryon's boy with us. There is no way in God's green earth that I would ever let that boy go anywhere unescorted in that atmosphere, if you get what I'm saying. No parent would. So, yeah, that is an unfortunate new thing in the Dungeons and Dragons gamer culture, tabletop gaming culture, and I don't like it. So, yeah, I don't know where the heck we're going with the society, but whew, it makes you wonder. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that subject. But everybody, for the most part, wonderful, great. We had great game masters at our tables. Everybody handled the convention really well. All the people in the merchants section were great. There was more than enough stuff to buy and destroy your bank account on. Luckily, I didn't give in to much of that because I don't have much of a bank account to begin with. And thankfully, probably, because otherwise I would have come home with more stuff than I could fit in the car. But, you know, I got a couple of sets of dice and a dice bag. You know, that's about it. I was satisfied, you know, but, well, of course, youngsters see it as cool because they're a bunch of know-nothings. Of course, they are preying on that mentality. It's exactly why it shouldn't be happening. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you right now. Tryon and I are not little boys, so that's all I'm going to say. We're rather large fellas, so it's like, you know, no one's going to be messing around with kids around us anyway. So, but oh yay. Yeah. But why is that in Baldur's Gate 3 also? That's the thing, like, I can't wait for the modders to get a hold of Baldur's Gate 3 so that I can go through there and just change the game in ways that I prefer, so it doesn't have to be a second thought. But should I stream it? I don't know. I do need a change of pace, that's for sure. I think it would probably be good content, at least for the month of August. But come September, we're going to be having another investment for the channel, and then I'm going to have to be looking to change gears and be playing Starfield, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd only buy it if I stream it, so. Yeah, I'm a little tense still from all the nonsense that went on today with the stream and with the back and forth on the social media and everything else, I guess. But yeah, and I'm not really, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm even in the mood to go deal with the Mistlands. I don't think it would be healthy for me right now. Let's see, let's go back down here for a minute. I could run some black metal up the mountain. Do we have any more in the boats out here? Oh, we've only got 2 of the boats out here at the moment. Let me go check. Oh. Bill Gates is giving Mistland tips. 855 Microsoft. Well, let's just keep it casual for the moment then. About the only good thing about this new shield is that it has a little glowy effect. And it's light. I think it's light anyway. Let me see. Same weight. But it's the same movement speed. Debuff. So I wonder if Restream has got some issue. That's a thing that I don't like about Restream, is that it seems to make me reset stuff way too frequently. So it might be that Restream has an issue directly with the YouTube chat itself. That might be the problem. I'll have to go check that later. I can't. Actually, I might be able to fix it while I'm on stream, but we'll wait till I'm up in the castle. I just heard a damn goblin. All right, all right. Yep, there's a goblin running around up there. Alright, I guess I'll eat my good food, because if I don't, I'll probably end up getting killed by something stupid because I'm distracted. And if something just killed a boar. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Also got my antivirus on, so it might lag me a little bit. Sadly. Throwing that spear around. But anyway, we had a good time, real good time. We won every one of our scenarios that we were in. And we took... Well, let's see, Tryon's son actually won. And 7 Wonders. In the game that we played with... Well, I don't know, it was like 7 of us, like us 3 and 4 people. They're relatively new to the game. I came in 3rd on that one. It was my 2nd time playing. Oh, okay, of course everything's coming out. Oh, yep. Oh. Of course he dodges me. Way too many knockbacks in this game. Where did the Drake go? Oh, there it is. It's hiding behind the trees. Have I cleared out this cave? Yeah. Oh man, I'm rusty. Ooh, a 1-star. Yeah, we could lose the... Like that. Give me the meat. There we go. Funny scenario we got into, we were playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which is what they run in the Baldur's Gate 3. And they've changed some monsters in there. You know, I'm not an expert in 5th edition. I used to have all that 1st edition stuff like memorized when I was a young lad, but that was like 30 plus years ago. And so the 5th edition, they've changed a lot of different little stuff with monsters and behaviors, and one of them is there's like a Balor, which is like, I think, a type 6 demon, which is pretty powerful, like a Balrog basically. Okay, seriously, like, I'm just trying to get my bearings, and here we got 2 of these things back to back. All right, I'm trying to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Stop attacking me with your werewolves. Anyway, so apparently Balors explode when they die. So the whole... We basically won the scenario, but in the last moment of the last fight, the Balor explodes and does like 74 damage, everybody within like 20 feet, and kills the whole damn group, except me, because I was playing the wizard, and as usual, I'm like, well, I'm going to be over here on top of this column up in the air. So I told everybody, yeah, well, I will scribe down. Oh, look at that triple hit. I will scribe down your chronicles, and the world will remember you. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty unfair of the game master and the scenario. But it is what it is. I'm surprised none of them, because there was a couple there that were pretty experienced players for 5th edition. I'm surprised none of them like warned us or remembered that those things go kaboom. Everything his brother is on this hill on the way up here. Trying to remember the last time I ran into 3 goblins on the side of this mountain. I think that was the first. And then there was another, what was the other scenario? We were in another one that was, Kobold Press ran this one. So it was a variant on 5th edition, but it was, Kobold Press has their own new license out. Is that another goblin? Why are there so many goblins up here? It is a bunch of goblins. Look at this. Must be me talking about Dungeons and Dragons and suddenly spawning all these goblins or something. Weird coincidence. I'm actually gonna have to put on my strength belt to even pick up this metal. So anyway, so this other scenario was run by Cobalt Press, which is one of the systems we're thinking about using, because we're not going to support Wizards of the Coast. I mean, we're done with Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. They can sit and spin for all we care. So we're looking for good alternatives to 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and we're also going to try out a bunch of other different systems down the road. I can tell. The writing's on the wall. Anyway. So it was a funky scenario. It's like a village under attack from 2 different forces coming in. And it was ironically goblins was one of the forces, which is why that's so weird that I'm getting attacked by a bunch of goblins all of a sudden on the side of the mountain. And, oh wait, what is that down there? Oh, that's just another nest. I thought it might be... another dragon ice. But anyway, and then the other force was zombies led by some kind of witch or something. And there was, oh, and the goblins had something like almost straight out of like Warhammer Fantasy. They were driving some kind of contraption, like a steam-powered tank or something. Anyway, we managed to take out everything at the very last, because, you know, as you imagine, you're at a convention, so these things are on a time limit. But we managed to pull that one off, too, so it was a good time. And I ended up playing some random character, a cleric, that actually almost behaved more like a druid, even though we had a druid in the group. And I ended up bringing all the sheep that I could inside the gates of the village, because I had a suspicion they were going to be part of the scenario. And sure enough, the zombies were turning the sheep into undead zombie-fied sheep that would attack us. So I basically saved us a lot of big headaches by bringing about 80% of the sheep inside before the forces of evil got there. So anyway, yeah, pretty funny little scenario. And we got a free miniature out of it, which is cool. Yep, zombie sheep. Brains. Yeah. What the heck is... Where'd that come from? Oh man, am I wasting frost on this thing? Hold on. Hold still, you little... They really got to get rid of the input prediction crap in this game. That's the other thing I gotta admit, it would be nice if with Baldur's it'd be turn-based combat and I could actually kind of just chill a little bit, think my moves through and not have to be such a dex monkey all the time. See, like there, I gotta kind of trick the computer into not knowing where I'm gonna aim next. And then we played X-Wing, which is like a tabletop Star Wars skirmish war game. That was actually a lot of fun. I was surprised how much fun I had with that one. I didn't even want to play that one at first. I got kind of hornswoggled into it by Tryon. But they made the mistake of, like, well, it was a random draw to see who would get what ships and all that, and I ended up getting the TIE Ace with a really cool three-winged red TIE fighter dealio I'd never seen before, and of course I was like all about that. I'm like, okay, that'll work. And I proceeded to shoot down Tryon's son and another guy. But it went around, so I could only enjoy that in balance for the first round. But then I ended up getting the rookie by random, so the universe balanced it out. And then we played the oldest running game in the history of Gen Con, which is Dawn Patrol, which you may have heard of if you ever looked at a Dragon magazine back in the day. That old TSR game, back in the days of Gamma World and Boot Hill and all those kind of games. And man, those guys take that game seriously. Let me tell you what. Huge table, like with a big old printed map with what it was the Royal Air Force versus the Germans, and I ended up getting on the German side, which is, you know, only fitting because I'm kind of a Red Baron. So and I ended up getting the only red marker German biplane on the thing too at random, which was hilarious. I was just like, of course, so I was totally happy with that too. And that was like 3 hours, I think, that went on. That was crazy. We had to learn a whole new rule set. And it was, yeah. And these guys have been playing this Dawn Patrol. Is the longest running game of any game in the history of the convention. So it's the only one that's been played every single year of the conventions. Even longer than Dungeons and Dragons. It's crazy. And we didn't there was no technically winning side, but the highest points went to the head of our German side, so I guess that counts as a partial win if you had to think about it. The main thing is we all survived. Our planes, none of us got shot down out of our three, so even though the two of them were, or maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. I know Tryon was in a British plane, but I don't remember. I think maybe, no, I think they were both British. Yeah, I think his son was also British. So I was the only turncoat. But that was all randomly selected, so worked out. But these guys are hilarious. A bunch of old geezers who you could tell had grudges against each other for 40 years. It was hilarious. All right. Wait a minute. So that was his. He's using that new bow that I made. The red one. He likes it. Wow, we got a lot of locksmith here. And no barley flour. Maybe that's what I could do also. I'll go and tend the farm a little bit. So anyway, we got back. The trip was actually about an 8-hour drive for us both ways, so took a while, but it was good weather. Traffic wasn't terrible. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go back again. Yeah, you can drive from one end of the UK to the other. Yeah, well, that gives you an idea of the scale of the United States. Even just the small cities, I was commenting while we were driving around from state to state. Like, you know, I'm sure it must blow people's minds when they come over here from other parts of the world. But Indy's a good-sized town, huge downtown area, very well run. It was refreshing. We weren't dealing with a whole lot of situations at all where I felt like we were not safe or had to watch our wallets or anything like that. So that was good. Alright, so we got that stuff burning. Let's go check the barley. I know I did this replant, whether I like it or not. You'd be expecting a mosquito to come jab me. Well, looks like the locks are content. Oh, here's some flour. 8. Kind of running low here on the barley. That's probably from trying not replanting anything. So I don't know, maybe I'll put a poll up on the channel, on the YouTube also, about Baldur's, and see what kind of response we get from the followers. We're almost up to, last time I checked, I think we had 80, I had 80 followers now on, subscribers on YouTube, which is respectable for the shorter time I've been on. It's been up and down, of course, quite a bit. It's always the nature of it, but that's the highest it's been. I want to hit that 100 mark soon. Hopefully when we get going with some new games, we'll hit that 100 pretty quick. Got a lot of wood out here for a change. All right. Check these fires real quick. So what other games are coming down the pipe here that people are thinking about? As far as I can tell, Diablo 4 is starting to die out already, as I kind of predicted. The big one on the horizon is Starfield, not Starfield, And of course, Baldur's Gate 3 is now on everybody's playlist. They're selling like hotcakes, apparently. Oh, how did I pick that up? We got a ton of this out here. Better stay fit. I'll get stung to death. All right. Yep, I did pick one up. All right, back to the mountain. Oh, and then we played a strange little game from FASA that were the makers of Shadowrun, but they sold off the rights of Shadowrun a few years ago to another company. And so they've got a game called 1879, which is a Victorian age sci-fi fantasy crossbreed type thing where there's stargates or something that basically allow the Earth to cross into this other dimensional world or several other dimensional. Anyway, we ended up playing like these saurids, these lizard men or something. And we had some kind of a espionage mission to go poison the waters of all these different machines, whatever we could find. So basically steam tank, trains and whatever. And of course it's the British. They've got steam trains running straight through the portal right to this other world with a whole train track and everything, just stripping everything down at light speed as much as they can and getting a bad reputation. You know, it's a whole play on the whole colonialism thing. Anyway, we weren't too crazy about playing the lizard guys, but we did what we had to do. And as it turned out, we weren't forced to kill any British redcoats directly. So we got in, poisoned the water, and play acted our way out of a couple sticky situations and got back out of there alive, along with our big pack animal So, oh, you poor Brits, always the villains in those kind of scenarios. Interesting game system, a little bit overcomplicated in my opinion. It had some parts to it that I was like, is that really necessary? But some funny. I'm calling my bag of dice that I use the splody dice, because I bought them all new at the con that same day, and then when I got to that session, like I kept rolling these max numbers on all with die 8, die 6, die 12, die 20. I was like, oh, well, that explodes, the GM would tell me. That means I can roll it again for extra damage. And then sometimes I'd even, like, get it twice in a row. It's crazy. Like, how come I wasn't rolling that good when I was playing the D&D scenarios where I kept rolling ones for damage? But finally made up for a little bit. Strange game to be doing it on, but take what I can get, I guess. All right. Wonder what happened to Thunder. I haven't seen him in the chat in a few sessions. Oh, I got more flax right here. A ton of it. Luckily, it looks like it is just within range of my mod here, even after I move this. That big chest in the corner. The old mechanical spring. Not making anything without more eider. So isn't there a recipe that requires bread dough? That takes 10 barley for that? Wow. Valheim Plus, epic loot. I probably won't use Valheim Plus, but epic loot, I'm kind of interested in playing with them someday. Oh, so it randomizes the different magic effects on it, similar to like a Diablo. Oh, that's cool. I mean, the game needs more elements like that for long-term play. Why is it, you know, it's a drag that it's such a grind. That's the big negative for me with Valheim. It just becomes a grind once you get past. Well, as soon as you get to the Mistlands, pretty much. Yeah, well, any added damage is good damage. I can tell my head isn't in the game today. And unfortunately, I gotta do a lot of work this week to make up for money spent on the trip last week. So you're probably all not gonna be seeing much of me when I do stream for the next couple weeks, and when I do, it'll be shorter. Recall on the spear. Okay, so I'm not the only one who the spear was driving crazy. A throwable sword. Somebody watched Gladiator one too many times. That always amuses me when somebody throws a sword, because they're not exactly made for throwing, you know? It's like, axes are made for throwing, not for obvious reason. Not swords. So when somebody throws a sword, it goes whoosh, 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 and just pinpoint accurate nail somebody through the heart or something. It's like, yeah, okay. You'd be lucky that the hilt didn't just clunk into them and fall to the ground, you know? I guess you'd have to reevaluate all your hotkeys when you're using a mod like that. Doing pretty well for resources. So let's see. What did I have built last? The refinery? It must have been. Only 5 pounds for Fallout 4? That's definitely worth it. Definitely. Where did this coal come from? I'll take this back to the main base. Yep, so if I want to repair anything, I'd have to rebuild the forge. I do not feel like hunting in the Mistlands today. I will tell y'all, that ain't happening, unfortunately, today. But not after all the stress and craziness with the server and then the virus scare. Damn it. Oh, I forgot to... I hate when I do that. Do you ever watch any of my Fallout content? That'll spoil you if you watch too much of it, but you might learn a few things if you need to figure out how to build stuff. I don't use many mods in the beginning of it at all. It's pretty much vanilla to start out with. But slowly I start to trickle in a mod here or there, and by the end of it, I've got a bunch of mods going. Well, hopefully we'll get the stream back on track, and like I say, possibly Baldur's Gate coming. I gotta figure out if I do stream, and unfortunately for you, it's gonna be streaming. If I stream tomorrow and Thursday, it'll probably be in the evenings, unless I can squeeze in something super early for an hour or two in the early mornings before I take off for work. We'll see. I'll try to do what I can, but oh man, I'm still fatigued, and I'm still a little bit, I think, mind blown from some of the sights at the convention, but we'll get back to normal here and get back in the swing of things. And by September for Starfield, it'll be a grinding Dr. Sachs again, because I want to obviously visit a lot of different planets and build a cool ship and get crew members, and all kinds of things will happen in that game. I suck at marketing, though. It's hard to get word out about the stream without having to be on social media more than I want to be, and that's part of the issue. Then when I'm on social media, I'll probably end up getting myself into trouble because I have opinions. Of course, we know some of my opinions can be different from the blue-haired, pink-haired crowd. Yeah, just give away a $500 console. That'll bring them all in. Actually, Dark and Darker is apparently not shut down, so they released off of Steam on a separate platform yesterday, which surprised me. So a lot of people are happy about that. So that's another one. That would cost about $30 if I was to jump into that. But that would be kind of crazy. I don't know. I'd have to be... I mean, it could be cool, because then if I go solo, I'd obviously want to play a mage, and then I'd be up against 3-man groups all the time, and that could get insane. I probably would be at a serious disadvantage, but when I do win, it would be epic. So that's another possible game to bring to the stream again. I was in the very, very earliest playtest for that for a couple of sessions, and those are somewhere in the playlist. Oh, I heard about you talking about the one that caused the big blow up. Yeah, I didn't have the stomach to watch any of the details of that. I've passed that video by about a dozen times since I got home. Yeah, it's crazy. We've got jokers running around causing violent mobs. We've got other people getting censored over next to nothing. We got cops being put in jail for 4 or 5 years for just doing their jobs. Yeah, it's too much for me. I'm trying to like not rail and rant about everything because there's so many idiots. Yeah, we got a real cultural war developing here, and I'm sure you already have your hands full there, so what can I say? As long as we keep feeding the fire, feeding the flame, and these status hounds that are looking to build up platforms and make themselves rich at the expense of others through social media don't get reprimanded or, you know, more than a slap on the wrist, they're going to keep doing this stupid stuff. Meanwhile, somebody like me who just actually plays the games is a pretty peace-loving, law-abiding citizen. You know, I gotta, of course, hunt and peck and poke and hope and pray that I'll even get a handful of viewers to even know I exist. You know, that's the nature of the world, though, right? Like, I think some of that has been on my mind too since I was away, like thinking about the future and it is disheartening when you look around the world right now. We live in some weird times. Some people claim that it's kind of like haunting everybody now, and I wouldn't doubt it. It's like, I think people probably are a little more depressed than they have been. And now they're threatening us again with another wave of some COVID-related crap. I swear to God, if they even think about doing that again here, we're going to have a damn war. There's going to be a war if they do that again. I'm just telling you, Americans are not ready to put up with that again. I'm not putting a mask on again. I don't trust this government at all, if you could even call it a government at this point. You know what I can do? Let's see how big one of those. I've got some trophies down here, right, that I haven't ever put up. Let's see how big some of this stuff is. See, the mistake the powers that be is the classic mistake they always make with us, right? It's like they push the white man, and they push the white man, and they push the white man until they hopefully get us to go after one another. But I can tell you, man, those days are over. They're getting away with it in Ukraine, but they try to pull that crap again, like between Russia and the United States and things like that. That's not going to fly. Americans aren't going to put up with it. We're not gonna send our sons and daughters to die on foreign soil again. I'm telling you. So they're gonna have a problem. That's why I think they're doing what they're doing to us. I think that their plan is to just get rid of as many of us as they can through every other means that they can come up with, and then replace us with, you know, hosts from everywhere else, which is so obvious by now. Even the idiots are seeing it. Even non-Europeans are seeing it. Like, so it's like, oh yeah, something funky is happening, and I don't know. Fuses are short. Fuses are definitely shorter than they've been in my lifetime. Oh wait, over here. Here's the Gajal trophy. This thing's probably gigantic. Tick trophy. Oh wait, didn't I get a soldier? Where did I put that soldier trophy? I think that's at a different place. There's a hair trophy. There it is. Seeker Soldier trophy. See how big this silly thing is. Oh. Yeah, that's real pleasant to look at, huh? No thanks. So that's the Gajal. Seeker Soldier. A little smaller, still pretty huge. That one I can navigate around though, at least. Sheesh, that thing's hideous. the tick look like? What is that? That must be just a head. They're way bigger than that. And the hair trophy. What the heck is that? Just like the legs? Rabbit's feet? Jeez. Yeah, let's see if this will work. Yeah, that kind of works. Got the wings over here and the big old soldier seeker head over there. Pretty ghastly though. I'm not a big fan of making a trophy out of giant insects, but it is what it is. There we go. $22 black metal again. All right. I don't think I have any use for it. Well, if I got 30, I could upgrade my black metal axe one more time. Let's see, what time is it? Late night. I could make a run down. I wonder if I could upgrade on a forge down by the farm. I doubt it. So what character class should I play if I play Baldur's Gate 3? That's the big question. A bard. The old bard. I've never played a bard in the tabletop. Oh. No, it's got to be, yeah, quality 7. I would have to go up the top of the mountain and upgrade it. Since I figured the game's going to be degenerate, I should do something to kind of throw it off. So I'm thinking playing like a... Because they've changed the paladin from first edition drastically. In fact, I should go look at it in the 5th edition handbook. I've never really read through it. Because I just assumed it was going to be similar to the one that I remember. But apparently, just like everything else, they were like, oh, well, this has to be more freeform. So apparently anybody could be a paladin now. Like any race. Any alignment, like, I don't know how the hell that's a paladin, but whatever. So if I was to play a paladin, I would make one that was specifically a mirror of what first edition, second edition D&D would consider a paladin. And that's a possibility. And of course, the other possibility is more obvious. I'm going to play a wizard again, like I did in the first 2 Baldur's Gate games. But since I can't import my original wizard, I'd have to do something new, and that may or may not be as fun. I don't know. I found out that the max level is 12, so that's not terrible. Not as high as I would like, but I'm sure they'll expand that as they put out DLCs. But 12 is reasonable. A 12th level mage can still be quite a handful, especially at first. I'm sorry, in 5th edition. All the casters are overpowered in 5th edition, in my opinion. Well, all the characters, period. But I bet Paladin would be overpowered in 5th edition. Just depends on what kind of abilities are still considered canon for 5th edition compared to what I remember. Do we have some goblins coming over here? Sounds like they might. Oh. Come into my fires. There you go. Dummies. Bunch of them. Oh, it's dawn. They're all trying to run away. Oh, I hate that mechanic. Oh, I got a couple of them. They didn't mess with my locks, I hope. Are you all eating in here or what? How come there's not more of you? You got plenty of food. Oh, okay, there they go. What, did I have to literally come in here and stare at them before they make calves? Seems to be. They love to hover around the doors. Oh, I think they made a new one out here. Is that one of mine? Oh, what killed him? A damn mosquito killed my locks? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Must have been wounded from something else. Okay, what's going on over here? That one's slightly wounded. Get off my land. The heck? What was that? Oh, there we go. That's what it was. Alright, we lost one, got one. All good. Nope, you're full health again. That was this one. Nope. Dang it. Too much fog. I wonder if this game is responsible for hurting my vision. I sometimes wonder about that. Like actual vision. Hold still, you little bugger. Oh. Okay. Apparently they've got like 11 different main classes from 5th edition in Baldur's Gate and a whole like 26 subclasses or something crazy. So you can go crazy with customizing, but you can also pick from pre-selected characters. And of course the pre-selected ones I'm going to avoid, like the Plague. And I'm probably going to, what will be entertaining if I stream it is I'm liable to do stuff that a lot of people won't do, because if any of those characters annoys me in any particular way, they're probably either going to get booted out of the group or they're going to get killed. I'm not gonna tolerate, you know, certain kinds of behavior in my D&D group. And that goes for digital. Ooh, he was already wounded for something. Yeah, all my pufferfish are alive and well, apparently. These seem to have more cloudberries than I know what to do with in here. Alright, let's see. How much of these can I run? Alright. Take a shipment up the mountainside from here. I haven't done that in forever. Nope. How'd that happen? I jumped and nothing happened. Okay, my Trent's a little too good. Sneaky bugger. I should actually... Let me make a chest in here. Man, there are too many of you. Hold on. Probably easiest just to drop some stuff off over here. Whoop. Really did it now. Alright, one more. Alright, just enough to get stupid chest made. Oh. Not so fast. I have to do... Well, let's put it up here where they can't get to it so easily. Or maybe not. Actually, let's eat this. Reduce my weight and give me a little more hit points for the journey. Am I already maxed? There. All right. Well, I might as well sleep. Well, that's the one that fell down inside. Yeah, still wandering around, being a nuisance. That needs a fire. Oh, outside. I don't think I have any wood, though. Again. Yep. Here, you can fight the goblin for me. Oh, little bugger. Alright, fine. That's one way to get some wood for the fire. All I have was one piece of wood. Look at all this metal. That's insane. Oh, don't tell me. You little... Okay. Problem solved. Can't a Viking get some rest around here, or what's going on? No end of these things. All right. Make our way over this direction. Be a little easier to scale a mountain from the opposite side. What is this deer doing in this boulder? There you go, be free. Can you get out of there? Right, now you should be able to get out. Go. Okay. Have it your way. Wolves are waiting for me, as always. I swear, I wonder if I've set a record for how many individual wolf kills somebody's got. Of course, there's a blizzard. And one piece of wood on me. Oh, good. Let's see if I've got fuel in this beacon. Probably don't. Up the endless stair, back to the base, and drop off the metal, and I think that's going to be it for me today. Not the most exciting stream, but heck, I had to get some things done, and it's a good way for me to get acclimated again. At least we got the technical things, and hopefully well, needless to say, I'll be scanning my computer all day, and just to be on the extra safe side. Let's go upgrade this Maximize. Oh, I could do the pickaxe too. Wow, look at that. All the more reason to start bringing some of that metal up from the base of the mountain after all. All right. 115 slash on that. Not too shabby. Good for chopping. There we go. Well, if you watched this all the way through, I thank you for staying to the end. And if you didn't catch the beginning or any of the talk earlier on, you might want to rewind and go check out what I had to say about GenCon if you're a gamer, or even if you're not. It's a great experience. You should check it out. And if you can't make it to something like GenCon over here in the States, obviously find a gaming convention near you, a tabletop and or video game convention. All of them are probably going to be fun. We're definitely going to go back. We're thinking about doing GaryCon and some other ones. Whatever we can, but of course that'll be burning holes in my wallet, so I'll have to win the lottery eventually if I keep doing that. Thanks for hanging out again, Jason. I appreciate it. And the rest of you, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Kick. Follow me over on Twitch even. I'll be streaming there from time to time. Don't you worry. In the meantime, I'm Dr. Sax. I'll be back as soon as I can when you least expect it. Have a good one.